Hello, I'm Magic Turtle. As you guys probably know, I love magic. You can probably tell from my, I don't know, username, or maybe from the video I made for the Vlogbrothers when I had to fill in for John Green when he was on paternity leave for the Nerd Factor contest about magic and how the world needs more of it. And I stand by that video. I still think it would be great if there was more fantasy in the world. More of the imagination bursting from the mind, like a field of wildflowers sprouting from the cracks of your skull. That sounds horrifying. However, the rational part of my brain, which is right there, it can't wrap, it's my brain, it's part of my brain, so it can't wrap a chunk, like a slice of it, it can't be stretched out and wrapped around the concept of magic. Yeah. Magic doesn't make sense, that's what I'm trying to say. Of course it's like, well, duh, magic's impossible. That's kind of the point. But that's not what I'm saying, no, that's not what I'm, you're not listening, listen. Let's say, hypothetically, in the world of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, there is this sort of magical essence that allows things to happen that otherwise would be impossible. Like a supernatural force, like waves through the air. That's already like light and sound. What would a magic be? Like zigzags. Magic is zigzag. Spirals? A dotted line. What? Even after you suspend your disbelief to the point of accepting a universe where magic is possible, the mechanics of it don't work. Okay, bear with me here. Imagine a spell in Harry Potter, say one where Mrs. Weasley is using her wand to wash the dishes. There has to be some sort of like larger mechanism, like a computer code or something that is going, this plate is 99.9% clean, done. This one has scum right here, there's some bacteria cultures over there. What is doing this? There's something that needs to be taking data, running it through a formula, and spitting out solutions, and then it becomes magic. I don't know. What even is magic? It's just doing something that you can pretty much normally do, except for you skipping the part where you actually do it. It's anything but science. I don't know. Magic is the spirit of all that is in the rainbow and the wind that moves from your mouth and into the laughter of a young child's eyes and the spark of a good burrito. I don't know. Now, like spells where you just like shoot fire or create light, that's a little more reasonable because we have things that do that, like just a chemical reaction, poof, an explosion. But these other complex things, like the Mirror of Erised, there's something in the mirror that is looking at a person and then like scanning the neurons in the brain and saying this is what they want most in the world. The only way it makes sense is if there's like a god that exists that's all powerful, it knows and does everything, and it sees every instance of spells and it just like goes through them like a checklist, like, okay, that spell's gotta do that, let me clean these dishes. And who makes these spells? I wanna make somebody's nose run like a broken faucet. So I got this wand. How should I start this? Boogerous mucousness. It's like they're just already programmed into the wand. You just buy it and it's like Microsoft iWand version 2.0.3. Comes with the latest U2 album already downloaded on it. Just take the wand and stick it in your ear. Charger sold separately. But then it's gotta have a motion sensor so it knows what gesture you're doing, and also like a microphone so it can read the spell you're saying, like Petrificus Totalis, and it's like, oh, I know what you're doing now. I'll set off this command and that happens, but then what is actually enacting that? Is it like electricity that goes and like lifts a feather? Don't Fred and George make up their own spells in Harry Potter? The maker of spells. This guy is the one you can thank. See, in Lord of the Rings, Gandalf is a god. Like, he's partially a god. Or like in Star Wars, where they just, you had the Force and you could move stuff, and then it just turned out to be midichlorians, and everybody got really mad because the fantasy element was gone. But I thought that was kind of cool. There's like a little like aerial nanobots or germs or something that like move stuff for you. It makes sense. Maybe all magic is just the people in the universe, they just don't know how it works yet. And eventually, we'll find out. Like in Harry Potter, it's like, oh, it turns out it's just little munchkins with wings, and they do everything for us, and they move really fast and we can't see them. It's the Nargles. I'm magically gonna erase this dragon. Wow, it actually worked. How do you think people make spells? How do you think magic works? What's your theory? Does this bother you as much as it bothers me? All that said, I still love magic. I still think it's cool. It's just whenever I write like fantasy stories, I'm like, but that's not possible. How can I'm just gonna write it. But how? How though? If you could make a spell, what would it be? I'm giving you too many things to make comments about. Just, you know what? Just thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share, and remember, you can make magic come true. It's in your heart, in your arteries. If you eat too much cheesecake, you'll die from magic. Okay, now watch this. I'm gonna make this Jack of Spades completely disappear. Are you ready? Ooh, holy